Thank you.
It's a great tune, Heath.
Thanks. Appreciate it. I like playing that one. Probably my new favorite to play. So, I'm going to turn over the list here. John Moffin.
All right. It's great to be here tonight for one person. This is going to be great.
Oh, come on, there's 4 of us.
Okay, 4 of you. That means 4 of you are not going to laugh. Get prepared not to laugh. No, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't be negative. It's almost Christmas time, so I should be positive. That's the way everybody is around Christmas, right? Everybody is so nice to each other. Everybody opens up doors and shakes each other's hands, hug each other, kisses each other, you know. And then as soon as Christmas is over, they say, I hate you. That's what everybody does. They go back to normal. People cut each other over in traffic, push each other out of the way, push people's babies. Yeah, you know, in the stroller, they push them off a cliff. You know? Yeah. Man, I tell you, it's great to be here tonight. Man, I was trying to eat that salad really fast before I got up here. I was like, you know, and I just hope I don't have nothing in my teeth, man. Because I always want to get something in my teeth after I get through eating, you know what I mean? But see, I'm not the type of person, if I see somebody's eating something and they have something in their mouth or a booger hanging out or something, I'll tell them, I will. A lot of people hold that information back and they won't tell you. They'll just let you find it out on your own. But I'll stop you in the middle of your conversation. You'll be speaking, hey, John, how you doing? Oh, you got something in your teeth, you know? You need to clear it out. I just don't want to do somebody like that, man. You know, have common courtesy. A lot of people don't want to say the word booger. You know, they don't want to say it in public. I'll say the word booger in public. I'll say fart. You know, I'm saying it the clean version right here, but when I'm somewhere else, I say it completely different, you know? You know, I've had a lot of things that's been on my mind lately in the last few days. I hate rude people, man. Rude people. I hate rude people. Rude and inconsiderate people, man. I had a little confrontation run-in last week, and it just reminded me of the way I do not want to be. I want to be nice to people. I was in my car, and I had the heat up. It was really hot, and I had a friend in the car with me, and this guy was just very uncomfortable. He just kept saying, man, it's hot in here. It's hot in here. It's hot in here. It's hot in here. I said, look, there's the door. You can step out any time. And we were on the expressway. You know, so, yeah. When I was talking about the rude thing, man, because I know I can be rude sometimes. I can. You know, so I don't want to pass judgment on other people because we all have lapses in our lives where we just act like an idiot. You know, especially, I think I'm a disgruntled person at times. I'm disgruntled at my job. I believe everybody's disgruntled at their job at certain times, you know. But I'm the type of person, I won't vocalize it. I will smile in your face and say what you want to hear, but inside I'm saying, I hate you. You know, my boss tells me to do something. I say, yes, sir, I'll do it. And inside my head, I'm like, don't you do it yourself, you know. You know, he'll tell me, I need you to go over here and move this stuff over here. Yes, sir, I will. Why don't you do it yourself? I'm tired of doing this, you know. So I can be disgruntled all I want to and still keep my job, you know. I never let it come out. I'm never that person that you see on television that blow up a place, you know. You know, I might see people do it, I say, oh, God, you know, he was able to express himself one time for the last time, you know. But I had something happen to me last week, man. I was at this place and I was doing some comedy. I won't mention the place, Manny and Merle's. And the place that happened, it was crazy thing because I was doing my comedy and stuff and everything was working out. And then, you know, I was told that they did not want to listen to comedy. They wanted to listen to music. They wanted to listen to the house music, you know? No. And I said, nah, was it my comedy? Was my comedy offending this person? And then I thought to myself, I said, you know, I'm going to let this go. I'm going to be an adult about this. But as soon as I get outside, I'm going to call my friends. We're going to tip this person's car over, you know? That's what I was going to do. But I didn't do that because I'm still here, and I'm not in the penitentiary. And I just want to say that There is no point to this. I just wanted to make sure I said that and tried to make it funny as much as possible. When you're mad, it's hard to do that. And God had to talk to me. He told me, he said, you know, okay, this person did this, but you have to be the bigger person. You got to do the right thing. You know, you got to give people a break. So I give you a break in life, you know. And he touched me when he said that to me. And then I said to myself, I said, God, you know, you're right. You know, we all fall short at times. Some of us a little shorter than others, but you know, with me. But so I'm gonna go ahead and get off here because it got too serious, and I don't want to be serious. I'm trying to be funny, and I'm gonna end this on a good note. You have a good night, and please support everyone. Support musicians, comedy, and whatever. Good night.
We support you!
John Muffin, everybody. Thanks, guys.